Welcome to CSEC Mathematics with Mr. Charles. Today we are looking at division of algebraic terms. We have some questions that we'll go through. Please follow along. Number 1, 8a divided by 2. We take the coefficient of the term 8a, which is 8, and we divide it by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then we bring down the a. So our answer here is 4a. Okay. Number 2, 18p divided by negative 6 equals 18 divided by negative 6 is negative 3. Okay, and then we bring down the p because a positive divided by a negative is a negative, and 6 into 18 is 3. Then we have 108p divided by 9q. 108 divided by 9, that is 12. Okay, 12 nines, 108. And then p divided by q is p over q. So our answer is 12p over q. Okay. Number 4, negative 84x divided by 12y. A negative divided by a positive is a negative, so we know our answer would be negative. And then 84 divided by 12, that would give us 7. Okay, because 7 12s are 84. And then x divided by y is x over y. So for our answer, we get negative 7x over y. Alright. Number 5, we have 45p divided by negative 15q. We have a positive number divided by a negative number. That would give us a negative number. 45 divided by 15 is 3. Okay, 15 3s are 45. So that's negative 3. Okay, p divided by q is p over q. So negative 3p over q. And that's our answer there, negative 3p over q. Number 6, we have 39p to the 5th power divided by negative 39p to the 5th power. So first we say a positive number divided by a negative number will always give us a negative number. And the 39 divided by 39 is 1. So that's negative 1. P to the power of 5 divided by p to the power of 5. Let's see what we will have. So we have p to the power of 5 over p to the power of 5. P to the power of 5 would cancel off p to the power of 5. So this would cancel off this. And we will be left with negative 1 as our answer. Okay, negative 1. And that's our answer there. Alright. Let us continue. Let's move to the next question. Next question we have number 7, negative 45x to the power of 4 divided by negative 45x to the power of 4. So negative divided by negative is a positive, so our answer would be a positive term. And 45 divided by 45 is 1, so that's positive 1. X to the power of 4 divided by x to the power of 4 is 1, because this would cancel off this and would be left with 1 as our answer. Okay, 1. Number 8, we have 18x cubed y z squared divided by 6xy squared. Let's write that out differently. And when I say differently, I mean like this: 18x cubed y z squared over 6xy squared. Now let us consider the coefficients of the two terms. So we have 6 here and we have 18 up here. Now 6 is a factor of 18. You could also say that 18 is a multiple of 6. So what this means is that 6 can go into 18 exactly without leaving a remainder. So we can say 6 into 6 is 1 and 6 into 18 is 3. So that's the first thing we need to do. Then we have to look at our setup here, and we would realize that we have 1x in the denominator, x to the power of 1, and we have x to the power of 3 in the numerator. So this means that one of the x's down here would cancel one of the 3 x's up here. So instead of x to the power of 3, we would now have x to the power of 2. Go to x squared. Then we have y squared in the denominator and y to the power of 1 in the numerator. The y here would cancel one of the y's down here. So we'd now have y to the power of 1. And then nothing would happen to the z squared. So let us write down what we have remaining. We have, 3 x squared, z squared or z squared over 1. And since it's 1, we do not have to write the 1, because it's understood that it's 1. So over y. So we don't say 1y, we just write y. So our answer is 3x squared z squared over y. And that's our answer there. Good. Let's move to number 9. Number 9, we have 49x y cubed z squared divided by 7x squared y. So again, we would set it down differently. We would say 49 xy cubed, 49xy cubed, z squared over 7x squared y. We look at the coefficients. We have 7 in the denominator and 49 in the numerator. 7 is a factor of 49, as well as 49 is a multiple of 7. So 7 into 7, 1. 7 into 49 is 7. Now we have 1x above here, so that's x to the power of 1. And down here we have x squared. So one of the x's, the x in the numerator would cancel one of the x's in the denominator. So instead of x squared in the denominator, we would have x to the power of 1. Then we have y, that's y to the power of 1 down here. That would cancel off one of the 3 y's up here. So instead of y cubed, we would have y squared. And then nothing would happen to the z squared. So as our final answer, we will have 7, the 7 here. And then we would have y squared, 7y squared, because the x is gone from the numerator. So 7y squared, z squared, or z squared over x to the power of 1. But we do not say x to the power of 1, we just say x. Because x is understood to be x to the power of 1. So you do not need to write x to the power of 1. Just write x. And that's it, because the y in the denominator, is gone. So our answer is 7y squared z squared over x. And that's our answer there. Good. Let's look at number 10. Number 10, we have 81p cubed. And I'll just write it one time. 81p cubed q squared r to the power of 4 over 9p qr squared. And the 9 is a factor of 81, just as 81 is a multiple of 9, so they can cancel out each other. So 9 into 9, 1. 9 into 81 is 9. 9 nines are 81, and 9 squared is 81. Then we have p to the power of 1 here, so this would cancel off one of the p up here, so we would have p squared remaining. And then q would cancel off one of the q up here, so we would have now q to the power of 1 in our numerator. And then we have r squared, so this would go, and then we would have to cancel off 2 of the r's up here, so we would have r squared remaining. So r to the power of 4 divided by r squared would give r squared, because 2 of the r's in the denominator would cancel 2 of the r's in the numerator, so we would have r squared remaining. And as our answer, we will have 9, okay, p squared, okay, 9p squared, q to the power of 1, but we would write q and not q to the power of 1 because it's understood that it's q to the power of 1. And then we will write r squared because that's what we have here. The denominator, we would have 1, okay, that's all that remains, but any number placed over a denominator of 1 is the number itself, so we would leave 9p squared q r squared as our answer, okay, because putting that over 1 is like the same thing, okay. If we put this over 1, we would still get back 9p squared q r squared, okay, which is our answer. Great. Let's look at question 11. We have 14x to the power of 3 y squared z to the power of 4 over or divided by 6 xz squared. Now if you look closely, you will realize that, or you would realize that 6 is not a factor of 14 and 14 is not a multiple of 6. So in a case like that, we have to ask ourselves, what is the highest common factor between 6 and 14, or what is the highest number that can go exactly into both 6 and 14, okay, and that number is 2, okay. 2 is the highest number that can go into both 6 and 14. 2 into 6 is 3, okay, 2 into 6 is 3, and 2 into 14 is 7, okay. Then this x down here would cancel one of the x's up here, so you would have x squared, and this z squared here would cancel 2 of the z's up here, so instead of z to the power of 4, you would have z squared. Right, so our answer then would be 7, okay, 7 over 3, okay, x squared, okay, y squared, z squared, okay, 7 over 3 x squared, y squared, z squared. This may also be written as 7/3 open bracket x y z all squared, like this, okay, and this is our answer there. Number 12, we have negative 9x to the power of 4y, okay, negative 9x to the power of 4y divided by 3x squared y cubed. Okay, negative divided by positive is negative, so we know we'll get a negative answer. 3 is a factor of 9, just as 9 is a multiple of 3. So 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 9, 3. So we get negative 3. X squared would go in the denominator, and the 2 of the x's up here would go, so we'll be left with x squared. Y would go from the numerator, and we'll be left with y squared in the denominator. So our answer then would be negative 3, okay, x squared over negative 3x squared over y squared. Okay, and that's our answer there. Good. Number 13, a squared b cubed over 2ab. Okay, that's positive divided by positive, so our answer would be positive. Now this a down here would cancel off one of the a's up here, so we will be left with a, okay, and one of the b's here would cancel off one of the b's up here, so that's b squared. So a b squared over 2, okay, a b squared over 2, that's our answer here. For number 14, we have 5 into 5, 1, 5 into 20 is 4, okay, this s here would cancel one of the s's up here, and this t up here would cancel one of the t's down here, so we get t squared. So our answer would be s over 4t squared. Okay, s over 4t squared. That's our answer. Okay,